Listen closely, because I am speaking to the one who feels forgotten. You thought you were losing, but heaven was investing in you in silence. Yes, Citra saw every tear, every betrayal. Every night you stayed awake wondering if your life still mattered. Chosen one, do not be afraid. Your story was never being destroyed. It was being funded in secret. God is not starting your future. Yes, your future has already been secured. Your enemies thought they buried you, but they only planted seeds of glory. Something is shifting right now. Doors you never knocked on are about to open. Help is coming from places you cannot see. You survived attacks meant to stop your destiny. That was not luck. That was purpose fighting back for you. Stay here, because what God is about to do next will shock your heart. Listen to me, my child, because I need you to hear this clearly in your spirit. Your suffering was not abandonment. No, I was never absent. When you felt alone, I was working in the silence you could not understand. When you cried and felt like heaven was quiet, I was not ignoring you, I was preparing you. You thought you were being broken, but I was strengthening something inside your soul that comfort alone could never build. You went through seasons where everything seemed against you. People walked away. Doors closed without explanation. Love turned cold. Friendships changed, and you kept asking, God, where are you? But I was right there, standing in the fire with you, shaping your character while the world tried to shape your pain into defeat. I allowed some struggles to stay longer than you wanted because I was building spiritual muscle inside your heart. You were not meant to survive as someone fragile in destiny. You were being forged into someone strong enough to carry influence, purpose, and spiritual authority. The pressure you felt was not punishment. It was preparation for something bigger than your current pain can comprehend. Every tear you cried was collected. Every prayer you whispered when you had no strength left to speak louder, I heard it. I was studying your faithfulness when nobody was watching. I was watching how you still believed, even when life tried to teach you to give up. That faith you held onto in secret places, that was your weapon being sharpened. You are not ordinary. That is why the attacks felt personal. That is why loneliness felt heavy. Darkness does not waste energy attacking people without purpose. You were being prepared for a destiny that requires spiritual resilience, emotional wisdom, and divine courage. Soon, you will understand why I had to isolate you for a season. Not to destroy your connections, but to remove the voices that would have confused your calling. I was teaching you how to stand when you cannot depend on anyone else but me. And listen closely, because this is where hope returns. What you survived is becoming the testimony that will strengthen others. The pain that once tried to silence you will become the voice that leads people back to me. Your preparation season is ending. Your purpose season is rising. And what I have planned for you will prove that I was never absent. I was always preparing you for glory. Listen closely, because I am about to heal something inside your heart that rejection tried to destroy. You remember the moments when people walked away from you without explanation. The friend who stopped calling. The relationship that ended suddenly. The opportunity that was given to someone else. The whispers behind your back. The doors that closed right when you thought they were about to open. And you asked me, God, why wasn't I good enough? Sarah. But I need you to hear me now, my chosen one. You were never rejected because you were not enough. You were rejected because you were too valuable to be placed in environments that could have stolen your destiny slowly. Rejection was not punishment. It was protection wearing a painful disguise. There were people who loved what you could give them, but not who I created you to become. They wanted your loyalty, your kindness, your strength, but they did not understand the calling I placed inside your spirit. So I allowed distance, not to hurt you, but to save your future from being emotionally drained by people who would have kept you small while destiny was trying to make you grow. You cried over relationships that ended. I collected every tear like seeds for your future harvest. You thought you were losing love, but I was removing attachments that would have kept you spiritually stuck in cycles that were never meant for your story. I know rejection feels loud. It feels personal. It feels like being chosen last, overlooked, forgotten in crowded rooms where everyone else seemed to belong. But listen carefully. I was building your identity beyond human approval. I was teaching you that your value does not change just because someone else failed to recognize your worth. There were people I removed from your life because their presence would have delayed your purpose. Not because they were evil, but because they were not assigned to walk in the same direction as your destiny. Some people can love you, but still not be meant to travel with you into the future I prepared. You are not meant to beg for seats at tables I am building for you to sit at with dignity. I am preparing new circles, new relationships, new alliances that will honor your calling, not tolerate your existence. The rejection you felt is becoming your spiritual clarity. You will soon understand why you had to walk alone for a season. Because when I bring the right people into your life, you will recognize them by peace, not by desperation. Hold on, my child. What felt like rejection was actually me redirecting you toward your destiny path. And what I am about to bring into your life will make every painful goodbye make sense in ways your heart will finally celebrate. Listen carefully, because what I am about to tell you will change how you see your struggles forever. You thought the battles were meant to break you. You thought the attacks against your mind, your peace, your relationships, and your confidence were proof that you were losing. But I need you to understand something deeper, something spiritual enemies never want you to realize. The battles you faced were not random chaos. They were evidence that your calling is dangerous to darkness. If you were ordinary, you would have lived an ordinary life. No resistance, no spiritual pressure, no relentless attacks on your joy. But you are not ordinary. There is something inside you that threatens darkness without you even realizing it. Your kindness is not weak. Your compassion is not fragile. Your faith is not small. Those are weapons I placed inside your spirit. You remember the nights when anxiety tried to sit on your chest like a heavy weight. When fear tried to speak louder than hope. When doubt whispered that you were alone, forgotten, unseen. Those were not just emotional struggles. Those were spiritual attempts to silence the authority I placed inside your life. But you kept standing, even when you were tired. Even when your prayers were whispers instead of screams. Even when your faith felt like a candle in a storm. And I was proud of that strength you showed in secret places where nobody else could see. You do not realize how much power is inside your story. Your survival is already a message to darkness that you cannot be easily destroyed. The more you kept moving forward, the more your existence became a statement of defiance against everything trying to stop your destiny. There were moments when attacks came through people's words, through betrayal, through misunderstanding, through sudden changes in your life that felt like spiritual ambushes. But listen to me, those were not signs that you were losing spiritual warfare. Those were signs that you were winning in ways you could not yet see. Darkness does not waste energy attacking people who carry no spiritual influence. You carry influence in your character, your voice, your purpose, and your future impact on others who are still lost in pain. That is why pressure followed you. That is why you felt targeted sometimes. Not because you were cursed, but because you were chosen. You survived things that were meant to destroy softer versions of you. Now you are becoming spiritually stronger, emotionally wiser, and purposefully sharper. You are learning how to walk in authority without arrogance, how to carry power without losing humility, and how to stand in destiny without fear. Soon, you will look back and understand that every battle was training ground, every attack was preparation, and every victory you quietly survived was building the version of you that will walk boldly into the future I already designed. Do not fear the battles ahead. They are only proof that your destiny is powerful enough to change environments, heal broken hearts, and push darkness back simply by existing in your purpose. I know how quiet it felt. I know how isolation felt like being left behind while everyone else kept moving forward with their lives. You watched people laugh together. You watched others build connections. You watched opportunities happen for people who seemed less qualified, less faithful, less prepared than you felt. And you wondered, God, why am I alone? Listen to me carefully, my chosen one. Your isolation was never punishment. It was training. I did not remove people from your life to hurt you. I removed noise so you could finally hear my voice without interference from voices that were shaping your fear, your doubt, and your identity. You were surrounded by too many opinions, too many expectations, too many voices telling you who you should be, how you should live, how fast you should move. But I was trying to speak something deeper into your spirit. Something personal, something sacred, something only you could carry. So I allowed silence. I know silence can feel heavy, because in silence, your thoughts become louder, your fears become louder, your memories become louder, and you start asking questions that don't always have immediate answers. But while you were feeling alone, I was teaching your spirit how to recognize my presence in places where emotional comfort could not reach you. I was teaching you how to hear my voice in small miracles, in unexpected peace, in moments when you suddenly felt calm without knowing why, in doors that didn't open because I was protecting you from paths that looked beautiful but were not meant for your destiny. You thought isolation meant being forgotten, but I was actually bringing you closer to me in ways that dependency on people could never achieve. You are not meant to only hear me when life is easy. You are being trained to hear me in storms, in uncertainty, in seasons where your emotions cannot guide you. because your calling will require spiritual clarity stronger than emotional comfort. There were nights when you felt like you were talking to the ceiling instead of heaven. But I was listening. Every prayer you whispered in exhaustion mattered, more than loud prayers spoken in confidence. Because I was studying your faithfulness, not your performance. You are becoming someone who will carry spiritual direction for others. People will come to you confused, broken, searching for guidance. And you will not speak from human wisdom alone. You will speak from the quiet places where I taught you how to listen. Your isolation is ending, but you will never lose the spiritual intimacy I built inside you during this season. Because what I was really doing was teaching you how to recognize my voice above every other voice that will try to pull you away from your destiny. You are not alone. You are just being prepared to walk with divine clarity into the future I designed for you. Listen, because I am going to speak hope back into your heart right now. You have felt alone, haven't you? There were moments when you thought nobody was fighting for you. When you felt like life was moving forward for everyone else except you. When success seemed to happen for others, while you were still standing in the battlefield of your own life, exhausted, wondering if anyone, even heaven, was still paying attention to your story. But hear me clearly. My chosen one, something is fighting for your future, even when you feel alone. You cannot see it. You cannot always feel it. But there are forces of destiny, purpose, and divine timing working in places you cannot reach with your own strength. When you felt weak, I was building protection around your future. When you felt tired of hoping, I was guarding opportunities that you were not yet ready to receive. Because I was still preparing the version of you strong enough to carry them. You thought you were fighting life alone. But I was standing between you and things that were trying to destroy your peace before your destiny could fully bloom. There were moments when danger came closer than you realized. There were decisions you almost made that would have delayed your purpose. And I quietly redirected your steps without you even knowing why you suddenly felt uneasy about certain paths. You remember the nights when fear tried to convince you that your life had no direction. When loneliness felt like proof that nobody cared. But loneliness was never proof of abandonment. It was proof that I was positioning you in places where your character could grow strong enough to carry future blessings without losing your spiritual grounding. Something is fighting for your future right now. Your destiny is not sitting helpless while you struggle. Your purpose is actively being protected from things that would celebrate your failure. The same darkness that tried to surround you has already been pushed back by divine purpose you cannot fully understand yet. There are doors being prepared for you that your enemies cannot close. There are opportunities waiting for you that your past cannot destroy. There are relationships being quietly arranged that will honor your calling instead of draining your spirit. You are not surviving by accident. You are being spiritually defended in ways you cannot measure with human logic. Every time you refuse to give up, you are participating in a spiritual victory you could not yet see. I need you to keep going, even when you feel alone, even when answers are slow, even when progress feels quiet. Because something powerful is moving behind the scenes of your life. And when your future finally reveals itself, you will realize that what felt like loneliness was actually divine protection wearing the disguise of silence. Listen to me, because I am about to speak something over your life that your pain has been trying to silence. You have carried so much quietly. The pain you survived was not small, it was heavy. It was loud in your mind when you were trying to sleep. It echoed in your memories when you tried to move forward. There were days when you wondered if life would always feel like this, like walking through storms that never seemed to end. But I need you to hear my voice now, clearly and powerfully. Your breakthrough will be louder than the pain you survived. The world has not heard your story yet. They only saw your struggles. They saw the version of you that was still healing, still learning, still fighting to stand when everything inside you wanted to collapse. But I saw something deeper. I saw the strength growing quietly inside your spirit while life was trying to break you. Breakthrough is not always quiet. Sometimes it is loud. Sometimes it comes with sudden favor, unexpected doors opening. People who once ignored you suddenly recognizing your value. Opportunities finding you without you chasing them. Your story will become a testimony that shocks people who once underestimated you. The pain you survived was trying to write your ending, but I was writing your victory story at the same time. There were moments when you felt invisible, when your efforts seemed unnoticed, when you worked harder than others but received less recognition. And you kept asking, God, when will my time come? I want you to know I was never late. I was building something that will not only bless you, but also become a sign to others that I keep my promises in ways that cannot be predicted. Your breakthrough will not just be personal success. It will be spiritual evidence that suffering does not have authority over destiny. People will hear your story and understand that you survived things that were meant to silence your future. The same environments that once tried to crush your spirit will watch you rise with strength they cannot explain. The same voices that once doubted you will have to witness the favor on your life. Not because you need revenge, but because your destiny is meant to shine as proof that hope is stronger than pain. I am preparing moments in your future where joy will feel overwhelming, where peace will feel deeper than the anxiety you once carried, where blessings will arrive in ways that will make you laugh through tears, because you will remember how far you came. You are not walking toward a small victory. You are walking toward a life-altering breakthrough. So keep standing, keep believing, keep moving forward even when progress feels slow. Because when your breakthrough finally arrives, it will not whisper. It will declare that everything you survived was never your defeat. It was preparation for glory. Listen carefully, because this is about the secret seasons of your life. You thought being hidden meant being forgotten. You watched other people rise faster. You saw people get recognition, applause, opportunities, attention. And somewhere deep inside, a quiet voice in your heart kept asking, God, when will it be my turn? Hear me clearly, my chosen one. I hide my chosen ones before I reveal my glory through them. Not because I am ashamed of you. Not because you are not ready in the way you think readiness should look. But because I am protecting something inside you that is too precious to be exposed too early to environments that could distort your spirit, your purpose, or your humility. There are seasons where I place my chosen ones in silence, in ordinary places, in unseen rooms, in jobs, relationships, and environments that do not yet reflect the greatness I placed inside their future. And during those seasons, I am shaping character more than I am building recognition. You felt overlooked. You felt like you were watching life happen for everyone else while you were still waiting. But I was teaching you endurance. I was teaching you how to stay faithful when no one was watching. Because the glory I am preparing for you is not built on popularity. It is built on spiritual strength that can carry responsibility without breaking under pressure. Hidden seasons are not wasted seasons. I was studying your heart during your hidden years, watching how you treated people when you had no advantage to gain, watching how you kept believing even when progress felt invisible, watching how you kept praying when motivation disappeared. That faith you kept alive in silence is what qualifies you for the future I am preparing. You are being hidden like treasure, not buried like something forgotten. Treasure is hidden because it is valuable, not because it is worthless. There will come a moment when I will reveal you at the right time. And when I do, people will not understand how quickly favor finds you. They will not understand how opportunities begin to align suddenly. They will not understand how doors that once stayed closed will begin opening without struggle. Because when I reveal my chosen ones, I reveal them with timing that cannot be predicted by human planning. You will not have to fight for recognition forever. You will not have to prove your worth endlessly. Your life will begin to carry evidence of my hand, moving before you even enter rooms. But I needed to build something inside you first: spiritual depth, emotional strength, wisdom, and humility that can carry destiny without losing gratitude. Your hidden season is almost complete, and soon the world will not just see you. They will see my glory reflected through your life in ways that will make your story impossible to ignore. Come closer. I want you to hear something that will settle every fear in your heart. You have spent too much time feeling like your life was being written by your struggles, your enemies, your past mistakes, and the opinions of people who never understood your calling. But I need you to listen to me now, very deeply and very personally. Your destiny was already written before your enemies knew your name, before anyone spoke against you, before anyone misunderstood you, before anyone tried to compete with you, copy you, or block you. I had already decided where your life was going. Your story was never being written by the people who hurt you. They only thought they were controlling your journey. But I was always writing your ending in victory. There were moments when you felt like life was moving randomly, like events were just happening to you instead of happening for you. But every chapter of your life has been guided toward something greater than what you can see right now. Even the pain had a purpose in the story I was writing for you. You remember the moments when people underestimated you, when they spoke about you like you would never rise, when they doubted your intelligence, your strength, your emotional resilience, your spiritual depth. They thought they were defining you, but I was quietly shaping you into someone They would one day have to respect without understanding how you became so strong. Your enemies did not create your destiny. They only revealed how powerful your destiny actually is. Because no one attacks something that has no future. No one tries to stop someone who is not carrying something significant in the spiritual realm. The resistance you faced was proof that your life carries influence you have not fully stepped into yet. I watched you when you felt overlooked, when you worked harder than others but received less recognition, when you kept moving forward, even when progress felt painfully slow. That perseverance was not unnoticed in heaven. I was recording your faithfulness for future moments of favor. Your destiny is not something that will be created in your future. It already exists in the spiritual blueprint of your life. I am simply guiding you toward what has always belonged to you. You will start seeing moments where opportunities find you instead of you chasing them. Where favor comes unexpectedly. Where doors open without struggle. Not because life suddenly becomes easy, but because your destiny begins to recognize you. You are not walking toward an unknown future. You are walking toward a destiny that has been waiting for you to grow strong enough to carry it. So stop fearing what people say about you. Stop worrying about who is against you. Your story is already secured in a future that your enemies cannot destroy, delay, or rewrite. Your destiny is calling you forward, and I am walking with you every step of the way. Do you feel it? That slow awakening inside your spirit. That moment where your heart starts to realize that nothing you survived was wasted. Listen to me now, because your mind is about to understand what your spirit has been trying to tell you for years. Your pain had purpose. Yes, even the nights you cried until you had no tears left. Even the seasons where you felt stuck, while everyone else seemed to move forward. Even the betrayals that made you question whether love was real, whether loyalty existed, whether your life had meaning beyond suffering. I was there, not watching you fall apart, but preparing you while you were breaking. You thought you were being crushed. But I was compressing strength into your character, like pressure-forming diamonds deep beneath the surface where nobody can see the process. You were not being destroyed. You were being forged into someone stronger than the version of you that entered those painful seasons. Every closed door was unseen protection. You don't know how many disasters you never walked into because I made you uncomfortable with the wrong path. You don't know how many people you were saved from because I changed your direction even when you didn't understand why things suddenly felt wrong. You thought delays were punishment. But I was slowing you down because your destiny required wisdom, maturity, and emotional strength you did not yet possess. You are starting to realize now your life was never random. The loneliness you felt was training you to hear my voice above chaos. The rejection you experienced was building spiritual discernment inside your heart. The struggles you fought through were not signs that you were abandoned. They were signs that I was actively guarding something powerful inside your future. Something is activating in your life right now. Destiny is not something that suddenly appears. Destiny is something that begins to awaken when you stop fighting your preparation season and start understanding its meaning. You are not behind in life. You are in divine timing, even when your emotions try to convince you otherwise. The version of you that survives what you went through is becoming the version of you that will carry influence, purpose, and spiritual authority without breaking under pressure. Listen closely, because this is where hope becomes fire in your spirit. Your pain is turning into power. Your scars are becoming evidence of survival. Your story is becoming a weapon against darkness. And everything you thought was trying to end, you was actually preparing you to step into the life I already designed for you to live boldly. So stand up now, chosen one, stand up in your spirit and breathe again. You are not abandoned. You were never abandoned. Through every tear, every attack, every silent night of questioning, I was there holding your future in my hands. The storms were never stronger than my promise over your life. The pain was never stronger than the destiny I placed inside your soul. You survived because I was protecting something powerful in you that darkness could not destroy. Walk forward with your head lifted, not in pride but in divine confidence. Your story is not finished. Your breakthrough is already moving toward you. Your purpose is alive. Your calling is secure. What I have planned for you will make your enemies watch in silence and your heart rejoice in victory. Go forward now, strong, chosen, loved, and unstoppable in the destiny I already wrote for you.